Welcome back to Desert Days, and I am here with Mr. Dan Weisgerber, aka Santa.
Ho, 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 ho. Nice to see you, Kathy.
Nice to see you, Santa. Did you receive my list?
Well, I got the list. It seems a little bit, well, we'll talk about it later.
Okay, well, I tried to be a good girl this year.
I hear good reports. Yes,
It's such a pleasure to have you here today.
pleasure to be here.
You know, we've gone through a lot this year, Santa. So it's nice to be here during the holidays and have some joy.
It is.
So, as Santa, what are some of the experiences you're seeing out in the community? How welcoming are people to Santa?
Very much so. Last year there was no Santa. It was
Right,
COVID. And so, I mean, he might have made the appearances Christmas
right,
Eve, but nobody could go see him
right.
like they can this year. So people are excited to get back to living the holiday
Yeah,
season instead of kind of shut in.
yeah.
So yeah, and I've enjoyed doing it too. I know last year I pretty much sat around waiting, hoping things would improve, and it's been a long time coming.
Yes, yes. My daughter went to see Santa yesterday with her team of folks, and it was just a joy to see Santa with this big smile on his face, and she was happy and enjoyed herself. So that was great to see that
Yeah,
again. We you know what, we didn't. I don't think we realized how much we missed seeing stuff like that. I don't know. Do people still want to sit on Santa's lap, or how are you guys? What's different this year for Santa?
well, again, sometimes they'll wear the masks, and then they get close and they'll want to hug and everything. Some of them just want to run in the door, rush up and grab Santa and hug him.
Um,
So either way, the nice thing, or I guess a sign of the times, I've had all my vaccinations and
yeah.
my boosters, and so I'm kind of protected that way.
Is that a question that you guys are being asked when you go out for your jobs?
The acting jobs, but not so much Santa.
Not for
People think Santa's pretty safe because he's Santa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Santa don't get sick.
No,
He's flying out
can't afford it.
he's out there with Rudolph and flying in the snow and all that stuff. He don't get sick.
Uh, they might get a little chilly once in a while. That's about
So
it.
when did in your life did you decide to start coming out doing this and giving to our community as Santa?
Well, it started in Fargo, North Dakota.
Oh,
I was working for a store there, and they wanted a Santa Claus and someone that liked being with kids, and
mm,
and so we worked it out. I did that for like 4 years, and then nothing. I wasn't like I pursued it.
mm,
And then when I came down here to Arizona, um, I got to talk to some people who needed Santas,
mm.
and so my first visit down here was to the Children's Hospital,
Oh,
and I really enjoyed seeing the children,
yeah.
and so it was fun to get back
I'm
to
sure
doing
they
it.
enjoyed seeing you as
Oh,
well.
they did, yeah.
That's awesome. Fargo, North Dakota. I have some friends that's where they're originally from, Fargo, North Dakota. I haven't heard
Cold up there.
haven't heard that in quite a while.
Yeah, it's like the North Pole basically,
Yes, yes,
except you do get a break in the summer for about 3 weeks.
yes.
But
Beautiful though, beautiful. So, what are some of the jobs do you get as Santa? What kind of work do you do around the valley?
it depends on the situation. I don't want to mention brand names,
Sure.
but I did a Christmas party for a large company
Okay.
2 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and the upscale hotels
Okay.
and sometimes apartment complexes.
Oh,
Mostly this year, I go and visit the children at apartment complexes, and I think I'm at a country club
oh.
too. I don't have the schedule where I can
How
go right
do
now.
someone wanting a Santa for an event, how do they find you?
Well, the thing of it is, I work through Santa, Arizona,
Okay.
which is a fellow who's got his own website, and uh, and he kind of sends me out
Oh, okay.
because
So it's like
basic,
a Santa registry.
yeah, like an agent,
Yes.
Yes, yes,
That's awesome. So you're not only Santa, you're also an actor.
yes.
How long have you been an actor?
Well, my first, uh, I don't know if you call it acting or my first show business, I was a radio announcer for 45 years.
Oh, my.
So when I retired, I decided I would pursue the other thing I always wanted to do, and that was acting.
Yeah.
So I did do some theater when I was in radio and a little bit of film here and there, but it was after I retired and have a lot of time to pursue it
Uh-huh.
that I've actually, it's since 2014, I guess, is when I started
So
doing roles.
what is one of your favorite roles?
Oh, golly. I like all the directors and all the people that make the films. It's hard to pick
Sure.
out one. The genres, I don't have a favorite either.
No.
I've done half a dozen westerns. I've done 3 or 4 horror films.
Is there a genre that you're more drawn towards?
Not really.
No.
I
Okay.
like playing different characters.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of when I was a kid and I'd go to the movies every week,
Mhm.
and I did every week. And I would see that these people could be all different kinds of people.
Yeah.
You could be a doctor one time, a serial killer another time. You could be a policeman. Uh, and it was just kind of fun to be able to do
To
different
be able to
roles,
switch up
different
and
people. Yeah.
right, right. Tell us about your one of your last projects.
Well, Prankster, I was in with George,
Okay.
Buzz, and that one I played the cable guy, the Mr. Biggs.
Oh,
Uh, and then Hellhounds,
okay.
which was a Robert Conway film.
Sure.
You had him on here, I
Yes.
saw. And
And what was your role in the Hellhounds?
D.B. Cooper,
Okay.
you know, the guy that hijacked the plane,
Okay.
first hijacker.
Okay.
Well, now we know what happened to him. He was living out there in the wasteland. And, well, you'll have to see the movie for that. I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And your role in Prankster, tell us a little bit more about that one.
Well, I had this cable company business, and I had this son that, well, he didn't exactly follow protocol. So he got us in a lot of hot water. But you got to see it. You got everybody that you don't want to tell everybody about the whole
Sure,
film.
no, we don't
You
want to
wanna-
give it all out
Yeah.
there. We just want the little gist of
So
who.
basically, that's what happened. He got us into trouble, and I'm trying to figure out how to put out fires, basically.
Wonderful.
But the prankster itself, character, he's pretty good at coming up with some really funny things.
That's
You know.
awesome. That's
Um,
awesome because you know what, being Santa, you're working in December, so you have a lot of more time to pursue what it is you like with acting.
yes,
So that's awesome.
yes, and the Santa thing, like I say, I always enjoyed kids
Hmm.
and pets. I mean, just the other night, I had a lot of pets sitting on my lap too,
Oh,
dogs that people brought, and so that kind of thing. Acting is more uh, performing as a character, so is Santa to a degree, but it's knowing your script, knowing the
sure,
lines,
sure.
and then delivering them in a way that's natural, and so Santa just is kind of off the cuff stuff, you know.
Right. So Dan, we were speaking about some of the roles that you have played, being a bad guy, being a good guy, father, and as I like to say, a mature actor, what advice would you give to someone that's say in your age range that wants to do what Dan's doing?
Well, I think you should go for it. You know, I worked as an extra on my first film, and it was called Good Luck, Miss Wyckoff. And I was kind of starstruck. I was fairly young at the time, and Dorothy Malone was in it, Carolyn Jones, Dana Elcar, and I was so excited. I said, well, "This is something I've always wanted to do." And he says, "Well, if you want it, go for it. It's a tough business. I mean, you're going to get a lot of rejection, but just don't let that stop you. If you really want it, go for it." And so that's about it. I don't think there's any magic formula.
Mm.
I think if you can join sites uh, where acting is, where the listings are, where the opportunities are,
Sure.
and then audition for them.
Right.
And if you get a call back, great. If you don't, go on to the next one.
That's the
And that,
best advice there is. Don't stand there stressing over it. Just keep
exactly.
going. That's a lot of the problem. We sit there waiting and stressing instead of continuing to keep moving and doing what we need to do.
Yeah.
So I love that advice that you gave because we're so stuck in this world of ageism and all the sizeism and every kind of ism there is out there that we hold ourselves back
Yeah.
from. Then you find yourself you're at this place in your life where you've missed all this time that you could have been out there doing something.
Right. Sometimes I know, I don't know, we can always do editing, right? But one time I auditioned for a 35-year-old black man,
Okay.
and I didn't get it.
Oh, poor thing.
But they liked the sense of humor I had, and I got
Mm-hmm.
another role. I got another role out of that audition.
You know what? And why not? We had a guest on here once that said, I think she auditioned for, was it a black male or something, a white female. I mean, and she did whatever it is. She got the role.
Yeah.
So they may think they have an idea of what this character should look like or who that character should be, but you come there and show them something different.
Well, the thing of it is, if they accept you to do the interview, to do the audition, then they're kind of open to let's see what you do, and then
You know what? And I've seen it is great to see the positive change because I always tell this story about this one time that I had submitted my information for this casting for this role, and I got the audition, and then probably was it I don't know to say 2 hours later I got a response back from the lady saying I'm sorry we can't audition you because we didn't get enough roles for black characters. I said what's wrong? I can't audition with a white man. I mean, it's great to see the change that people are open minded. That what I can audition with a puppy if I want to. I mean,
that's right.
I just I'm happy to hear that.
It's all in your imagination. Most of it's imagination anyway.
Right.
Acting is being someone else and getting into the part.
That is true.
You can do it in front of a mirror, for that matter.
That is true. And you know what? We're all people. If you can get along with me as a person, publicly, socially, wherever, why can't you think I can act with this person the same way? Me and you, we're sitting here talking. We got a role together as husband and wife. Why couldn't that be believable?
Exactly.
I mean, especially if we get along here and this.
Especially if, like, you yelled at me and said, "Pick that up" or something.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Because my wife does that all the time.
I'm sure. And wifey, I'm not picking up on Santa over here, so don't even think that. So, Mr. Dan, where can our audience find you?
Well, I'm just out there. You know what I mean? It's not like, I hate to say it, but at my stage in life, is I seek out what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
And so it's not like I have a website or a place to be found.
Oh, okay.
Kind of,
Are you
isn't that terrible?
You're on Facebook?
I am.
Okay.
Yes. I'm on Facebook and I'm on IMDb.
Okay, so they can find you on IMDb or Facebook.
Yes, they can do that.
It was a pleasure having you here, Santa.
And it was great to be here.
Thank you.
I know I've watched your shows, and they've always been very interesting and entertaining.
Thank you very much. And you have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us today here at Desertwood Days, and happy holidays and a Merry Christmas to you all.